light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share. No one.
Well, there we are, and here's another Sunday. Good one this week, I hope. I was just listening to John there in the pre-chat before the show, and he was going on about the plane to Australia. Ho, ho, ho. Complaining about 12 hours and 12 hours and stopping in Lahore. How about the times when we went to Australia? Originally, it was 54 hours. We had to stop off in Frankfurt. We had to go on then to Malaya and then on eventually Hong Kong. Oh, it was unbelievable, quite unbelievable. And we once got stuck in the middle of the Indian-Pakistani war. We landed in Rangoon, and the pilot said we got down the stairs, and then the only place there was a hut because it was a refueling stop and no air conditioning or anything like that. We got into the hut, and the captain got up on the chair, up on the table, and said, "Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to tell you that we are got a little bit of a situation here. We've landed in the middle of some damn war. It's just started. You see the tanks outside and the soldiers and the fighter planes and all that. Yes, and they won't give us any fuel. So what we've got to do is get back on the airplane, show good British backbone, and we go and we fly to Bombay, and we hope that they give us some fuel there, and then we go onwards. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you just follow me," and we all marched out, past all the soldiers with the guns and everything, up the stairs, and that was it. But there we go. Let's get on with the show. What have I got for you this month? Well, I've got a very interesting one. I was looking through some various stuff, and I came across through Love Forevermore. Wonderful. Will you see it? It's pretty good. Then the old video diaries from November 2018. Nice ones of Con. Then we've got a very unusual surprise for you. I'm not going to tell you what it is at all. It's going to be a surprise. Then we've got Dirty Old Town. She's going to be interesting. Then the birthdays. And then the third part of the Philip Solomon story. Ha 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 ha. Then Danny Boy. Because we were helping, or I was helping Zoom a lot when all this COVID thing started, when everybody started to go on Zoom. I was helping them a lot because they had huge problems in people trying to sing. And a lot of the acts were fooling us. And the Stones, I think, did it. Take That, people like that, Robbie Williams. And they were really fooling us that they were doing it live. But I knew it was impossible. So I helped Zoom an awful lot. And this, what I'm going to play here, is Danny Boy Con singing it live. And that is absolutely live. Probably the first time ever in history that was done. He was up in Yorkshire, I was down in Eastbourne. And then I say goodbye with I Can't Help It. I'm really looking forward to hearing that. But let's get on now. Come on. The first one, True Love Forevermore. See what you think of this. It's rather wonderful.
Evermore, forevermore, forevermore. In your arms, I found tenderness. In your eyes, I saw happiness. In your heart, I found true love forever, darling. only gaze at you, it's because I found true love forevermore. No one else before opened heaven's door till you came my way. Now I hope and pray I'll always stay and fill your heart with real tenderness. See your eyes fill with happiness, and our hearts share this true love forevermore. No one else before opened heaven's door till you came my way. Now I hope and pray I'll always stay and fill your heart with real tenderness. See your eyes fill with happiness, and our hearts share this true love forevermore. Forevermore, be my true love forevermore. Be my true love forevermore. Forevermore, forevermore, forevermore.
Hey! That is terrific. What did John, give me the history of True Love Forevermore? Because I literally can't remember anything about it.
Well, it was your first single of 1965,
Yeah?
and it was recorded in a rush whilst you were doing pantomime in Bristol.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a quote from Dick Rowe all about this, actually.
Go on.
He said, "It was a great song. It deserved to do better, but we
Yeah.
recorded it in a rush in one take with the orchestra in the studio
Yeah.
on a Sunday whilst the boys were working in Bristol in pantomime."
Yeah.
And so I thought there'd only be one released version of that. But it's really strange because about 5 or 6 weeks ago, I started listening to some of the old mono pressings of albums,
Yeah.
which I hadn't listened to for a long time. And it appeared on the More Great Song Hit album as
Yeah.
a track.
Yeah.
And when I played the mono side, that came up, and I was completely shocked because it's a completely different version of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stereo pressing has got the same pressing, it's the same recording as the single. But
Yeah.
if anybody's got a mono pressing of More Great Song Hits, it's a different version, and it sounds a bit more polished on
Yeah.
the single, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So my guess is you went back and did it again later.
Probably
Maybe.
went in and redid the voices
Yeah, yeah,
because I wouldn't think at all that we'd redo the orchestra.
no,
No, and then it would be what's called a remix,
yeah,
and maybe with somebody different mixing it. Probably,
yeah.
probably because I was there. It was probably me.
Yeah, so
It's-
it's strange.
Yeah.
I thought well, at the time I remember it coming out. It was a great song.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Listening back to it, it's a more modern song, really, isn't it?
yeah,
I think that's why I like it so much. Because you know me, I'm not one for the '60s at all. I like everything absolutely smack bang up to date.
yeah. But you
I,
must have been disappointed when it only climbed to like 33 or something like that, after having
yeah,
5 top 10 hits in
yeah,
succession the previous year.
yeah. John and everybody, we were strange. That I think nowadays the guys who are making all the hits, you actually sit there on your computer looking at how many you sold and where you are in Billboard and where you are in Venezuela and where you are in the Australian charts and the Irish charts. But we were so busy with the day-to-day business of
Yeah,
doing shows. Like
yeah,
the pantomime in Bristol was 2 shows a day, 3 shows on Saturday. So you were so busy and just keeping yourself fit, getting enough sleep, and that was the issue. So the recording business never entered our minds,
no,
which is very odd. But it's totally different today.
yeah,
Totally different.
yeah,
So if I was around today, of course I would look at it completely differently. I would pay much more attention to the charts because we didn't. You know, we left it in those days. You used to have what's called we have a recording manager who was Dick Rowe, who did absolutely nothing. Well, they had a complete publicity department in Decca, which was run by Frank Rogers, who was Clodagh Rogers' brother. And Clodagh Rogers, you may remember in those days, had a load of hits. She was an Irish girl, and she
yeah,
was signed to our office as well.
yeah.
But yeah, times are different. Times are different. Yeah, and times are
Well,
different. Go on, John.
Con always said that the records are adverts for your main business, the stage
Yes,
shows.
yes. And I'll tell you something else as well, which was strange. There was a different attitude completely to television. The people that we were contracted to do the big shows for, Howard and Wyndham and the Delphont organization, people like that, they actually didn't want us to go on television. Now,
Right.
that today is a complete change. Nowadays, you're dead if you're not on television. But in those
Yeah.
days, the idea was that if you were on television, then people wouldn't bother to go to the theater to see you. So it was a scarcity thing. That's what they thought. But of course, we know now that's completely wrong.
Yeah. People went to see you because they'd seen you on television.
That's right. They want to see
Yeah.
you live
Yeah.
rather than in a box or
Yeah.
on their computer. But
Yeah.
it's different completely. It's very, very interesting for the likes of me to actually see the way it's all evolved over the years. But I do know today, if you're not on television, and Con and I proved that over the last, say, 10, 20 years of our career, because we loved live performing. But you will have noticed that the audiences went down and down and down because we were not on television. And people actually, if you mention the name Bachelors, even 20 years ago, they wouldn't know because we weren't on television last Saturday night.
Yeah.
But if you did a television show, especially one of the biggies like Anton Deck or one of those, or Jonathan Ross as it was, or Graham Norton, then you were absolutely packed. The next show you did, you were packed.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I did the Come Dine With Me, it was quite amazing the reaction at our live shows. Quite amazing. Everybody remembered me for Come Dine With Me. They didn't know who the Bachelors were.
No. They probably
Very, very.
remembered you for unicorn pie.
Someone, but listen, the stuff I'm cooking nowadays. Oh yes, oh yes. I'd invite you all to come to dinner, but I think we'd be too full.
Right.
So let's get on. Let's get on. The next thing we've got is this. Going back to 2018. Very interesting. Very nice. Nice bits of con. have a look at this. So, this is what I get up to with Brian to make me super fit. That's Brian, by the way. That's 10.
That's not flat out.
Nearly killed me. Minutes rest, and I do another 10. And then I go fast asleep. Well, there she is. She's the goalkeeper. And she is in blue. And she's so massive, you wouldn't think it was Layla.
School teachers here. You can't do that.
The lady in blue. And isn't this amazing? Lady in blue is Layla, and she's goalkeeper. Amazing. We're going to have a little. Oh, that's the first half over. Now the second half. Now this is what I love about posh schools. Is look at that first spread. Isn't that amazing? All the tea over there. I am going to break my diet now. Well, here I am at the Toastmasters division competition, speaking and tabletop competition. And this is, believe it or not, just one away from British and Irish Championship. And that girl there in front of me, the lovely Fern, and I have mentored Fern, and she is now, and this is the semi-finals. Isn't that amazing? For British champion. So I wish her luck today, but it's good. This is what it looks like. Not full yet, but it will be full. That is Fern's lovely dog. Lovely dog, Nancy. Fern is visually impaired, and so it's a wonderful achievement. And there she is.
In second place, Chris Murphy. And our first place winner of the District 91 Division H Table Topics Contest 2018, Fernando.
Yes! Yes! Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy? Nancy! Go on, Nancy! Go on, Nancy! Yes! Isn't that amazing? And that's where we're going today. Somewhere up here, Brighton Marina. I love Brighton Marina. It's a gorgeous place on a Sunday. Very nice. New restaurant in Brighton. It's very, very nice, I must say. And it looks out beautifully onto the marina.
Grandy.
I'm looking forward to this.
It said Grandy.
And the ribs coming.
That looks lovely. This is Peruvian restaurant, and it's a chicken done in a Dominican chicken, I think it's called, which is lovely. And then obviously spinach, I think. Yeah, is it? I think it is. It's going to be lovely.
Cinnamony.
Well, that was lovely.
Cinnamony.
Do I have to break these up or something?
I need a toothpick. Chicken wings,
How'd you do this?
nachos.
Salt. All
Very
sorts.
salty. Amazing.
How'd you do this?
Whoa.
Oh, Yeah, I know the other one's
Birthday, dear
Sandy.
Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
Yay!
Oh, you got it.
Congratulations.
Thank
Lovely. And a scream. Ah!
Layla, scream.
So, Mr. Mans, they tell me that there's a brilliant show on here tonight.
Yes, we've got the Wurzels.
Wurzels, yeah.
Yes.
And are they going to be good?
Oh, they'll be absolutely marvellous.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Now, I
Yes.
heard a rumour that it was two strange Irishmen.
Ah, Jesus.
Singing.
Ah, so there is.
And there was
So there
another
is.
strange Irishman doing a bit of funny comedy.
Ah, Jesus.
Comedy
Yes.
walks, was it?
It's the Irish show today.
Yeah. But really, what's on is this man, Johnny Mans. Who's that man there? Johnny Mans is actually putting on a big show tonight, a charity show, and he's got Conor myself and himself. And we're all on here tonight.
Jingle, 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 jingle bells, jingle all the way, Oh, what fun!
Now, I always have a little bit of touch of sadness when I see that thing at the end where I say, come and see us at a show next month. Oh, that is sad. I think I'll change the background. Shall I change the background? Let's change the background to that one. There we are. That's nice. Now, funny thing is, I mentioned there the food at the posh schools, and it astonishes me, actually. It must cost them a fortune, but then the parents pay a fortune to send the kids there. Marjorie, Tim, in the States, do they do that after a baseball match or after a football match at the school? Do they then have all the food and the wine and all that?
Not in my state. I'm from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I have, we're into the baseball and the football and, the regular sports. And it's a big family thing, the families get together with their children. But as far as parties, not that I know of.
Yeah. I mean, Linda, in Scotland, in Lindawood, in Scotland, is it the same as in England? They tend to have the little do after the sports?
Yeah, not as far as school is concerned, but I used to do quite a lot of match play with tennis and squash and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And always after playing, we always have some kind of food.
Yeah. My son Oliver, Marjorie wants to speak again. Yeah, Marjorie?
Well,
Yes?
I'm sorry. I just happen to think this is more of an adult thing, but we have what's called tailgate parties. And it's
What's
more
that?
of a
Oh, yes. Go on.
beer drinking, barbecue. We're into our barbecues and the beer and everything. But
Yeah.
that we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
My son, at his late age, he was 50 a few weeks ago. And he was quite a champion hockey player in his day when he was at school and played for the county and all that stuff. He's only 5'7", but he was absolutely vicious on the field. Vicious. So he won everything. And at this late stage, suddenly he's back playing hockey again. And he's up against these 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds. And he said, but he's still now got the reputation of being a dangerous man to go up against. Absolutely dangerous man. Adrian, what do you think of all this? Have you got grandchildren that play sports and that, and then have the food and the beer afterwards? That's the main thing. Adrian, go on.
My grandchildren in America are very much into soccer, as they call it.
Yeah, they call it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My grandson plays for different teams, and my granddaughter plays for A team, but I mean, it's a big thing there. And my son has convinced them, and I think he sort of hypnotized them into Newcastle United. So even though they're living in LA and they've been born and bred in LA, they're still Newcastle United fanatics.
Yeah.
When it's our Sammy's bar mitzvah in August, when over there in LA, the theme is going to be Newcastle United.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
Yeah. I've never understood that predilection. There's a good word for this time of the day. Predilection for following teams. I've never done it, ever. I've never followed anybody. I've always wanted to do it myself. I was more involved in squash, sports like that, running and that. So you did it yourself. And I always joke and laugh because my son is Manchester United mad. And when he says, "Oh, we did very well last week," I said, "Oh, yeah, what position were you playing?" I can never understand this we and our team and all that. It just escapes me completely.
No, I've always been hopeless, but at all sports, my family were all good. My dad was a county tennis player, and my brother. But
Yeah.
I used to carry the bags. But
Yeah.
as Newcastle United, I say we.
Yeah. Really, yeah.
Where are we? What's the score? Where are we in the division? And I've never played anything decently.
Yeah. It's very, very, very odd. No, I've never understood that. I just want to be. But here's a very interesting bit. When we started doing these shows on Zoom, as it was in the old days when COVID started first, Con and I got together and we thought, let's do something for the fans. Let's do something for everybody. And we were doing it every week. And Con surprised me and he sent me these ancient videos, which I'm sure maybe you remember me showing them originally, but you'll be amazed at how quaint and untech they were, because the films only lasted 3 minutes or 4 minutes. So then you had to stitch them together. It was all very complicated, but a lot of people had video cameras. The royal family, funny enough, were very big into video cameras. But let me just show you this and show you how amusing this was. So this is really what you've never seen of Con in the early days. And he sent me this, and you've just got to see this. This is rather gorgeous.
I have to do a running commentary on it.
Yeah, go on then.
He's very good at this.
Yeah.
Oh, God, look at that.
That was in a studio we went to in...
look at those old cars.
Wow.
When was this, Con? 1897?
Something like that, yeah.
You have to explain that all the, in those days, the videos were so short. That's Dorothy Solomon with the cigarette.
Yeah.
There's Philip Solomon right in the middle.
Phil Coulter. That was, we were working in Blackpool at the time on Central Pier. And on Sunday, we flew over to Germany.
Cologne.
To do a live show with the Witnesses show band. They were from Northern Ireland. And that's a whole lot of us there, just rambling around. Oh, we're going into a pub, I think. We found a lovely, there it is.
Typical Irishman.
And that was the hotel we were staying in. And then we went back to Blackpool then on the Monday. That, I'm not sure what that is. Oh.
Well, you're the one with the memory, Con. Oh, they're Dakota Plains. God, Lord,
Beautiful.
it was 1897.
We flew over to the Isle of Man.
Right, and that is Radio Caroline. That's the famous Radio Caroline ship.
Yep.
The pilot flew us around it.
Yeah, we were the only ones on the aeroplane flying back.
No, the pilot was there, Con. The pilot was there.
Yeah, he flew us around. He actually flew around the tower, Blackpool Tower. And that's us coming into land. in Blackpool.
A Constellation. Look at that Constellation plane. Constellation. Look. Oh dear. And
Wow.
Spitfire. Spitfire.
Spitfire, yeah. Blackpool.
Blackpool.
Blackpool as it used to be. Back
Yep.
in 1964. All the striptease places, they're all gone.
I was about 16, wasn't I, Con? About 16 at that time.
Something like that. Wow, that's the tower. And we were just young lads over from Ireland, all very innocent. And that's my daughter, Carol, on the left.
Yeah. Who's that? Who's that on the right? No. Oh, that's my mother. That's our mother.
Yeah.
Great pictures.
And that was the Decca representative, the Decca rep in Blackpool.
That's my wife, Kay, and that's Carol and Greg.
Oh.
Greg is from.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I know that's Greg talking.
Yeah. And that's Carol on the pier, playing with the toys, all the roundabouts and things. That's Kay there.
If I remember this video, Con, there's going to be some embarrassing ones of me that my wife, Sandy, should not see.
Oh, that's Johnny Hackett, the comedian.
Johnny Hackett, yes. Is it true, Con, he had a problem with drugs afterwards? Yeah.
He did, yeah.
Because he was supposed to come down to London with us, wasn't he?
That's right. We booked him to do a show in London, and he never turned up.
He was a great talent, a superb comic, marvelous comic.
Yeah.
There I am. Yeah.
That's on the Central Pier there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get that nowadays.
Yeah.
That's not PC.
We tried to create a comedy.
Oh no! Oh no! Con, take that off the screen, please.
Oh. There's two sows.
Look at that. John Leyland, now you remember that, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. They've still got 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And they tell me that the LED lights that they use nowadays are absolutely rubbish. Well, they were the old incandescent lights, weren't they?
Yeah.
Makes such a difference. Look at
that. In those days, the film only lasted 4.5 minutes, so you had to take just little bits of this and that.
Yeah.
Just for the memories, really.
And that was the annual dance that they put on for all the artists we starred in.
Now, the ABC train is still running.
You're kidding, John.
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful? And there's Blackpool's fading away into the distance. Isn't that lovely, Con? Well, how about that for memories? Did you like that? Did you really like that? Marjorie, you must be amazed because you've never seen anything like those Blackpool lights, have you? Lynn, tell Marjorie about the Blackpool lights.
Actually, I've never seen them myself.
Really?
I've been in Blackpool at other times of the year, but not when the lights are on. But I've seen pictures and they're absolutely dazzling and beautiful. That's all I know about them.
It's a particular. I don't know why. I don't know why Blackpool ever became famous for it. I think somebody on the town council just decided, rather than just have lights along the streets, well, let's go for it. And if you go up to Blackpool, there's actually one of the lampposts is dedicated to Bachelors. So we're commemorated in the lights. It's great. But let's get on now. Are we doing well for time here? Here's a lovely song that we always wanted to record. We had so many requests to record this, and we did it eventually. And I think we did a decent version of it. And there we go.
Dirty old town. Dirty, 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 dirty
my love by the gasworks wall.
Dreamed a dream by the old canal.
I kissed a girl,
Oh, kissed a girl
by the factory wall.
factory wall.
Dirty old town,
Dirty old town.
dirty old town.
Dirty old town.
Clouds are drifting across the moon.
Hey, cats are prowling on their beat.
Springs a girl
Oh, springs a girl
in the street at night.
in the street at night.
Dirty old town,
Dirty old town.
dirty old town.
Dirty old town.
I heard a siren from the docks.
Saw a train set the world on fire.
I smelled the spring
Smelled the spring
on the smoky wind.
on the smoky wind.
Dirty old town,
Hey, dirty old town.
dirty old town.
It's a dirty old town.
I'm gonna make me a good sharp axe.
It's of shining steel and it's tempered in fire.
I'll chop you down
Chop you down
like an old dead tree.
like an old dead tree.
'Cause you're a dirty old town.
Dirty old town.
'Cause you're a dirty old town.
It's a dirty old town.
Dirty old town.
Dirty old town.
Can't get a look at that applause. Con, they're going mad. They love you. They love you. They still love you. Oh, that's brilliant. I don't know much of. There is a bit of history to that song. I never really know who wrote it. Who wrote it? John? No. Carol? No. Margaret? No. I'll find out and tell you next week. So now we come to the birthdays. Now, my assistant has been walking in and out saying, "Is it time? Is it time?" And just when it is time, I can hear her on the phone. But I'm going to shout. I'm going to annoy her and shout.
Hold on, I'm on the phone.
I know you're on the phone.
Oh, I know you're on that. Listen, I'll ring you back.
Yeah, ring them back, ring them back. Lynn, now, please, God, you've got some birthdays because Sandy will drive me mad if you haven't. Over to you, Lynn.
Yes, we've got 3 birthdays.
Ah, brilliant.
Paul Debnan on 3rd, on Friday. Kathy Brown's will be on the 18th. She normally used to join us, but she can't now because Sundays is her family day. But she always watches the playback. And then on the 19th, we've got John Leyland, who'll be celebrating his birthday then.
Oh, John Leyland is 73. Is that right, John? Or is it 104? No, 104. Okay. Well, listen, for the look at this. I've got 3 candles for 3 lovely people. So will you all help me? Will you help me in singing? No?
No.
No, you won't help me. Happy birthday to you, Paul, Kathy, and John. Happy birthday to you, Paul, Kathy, and John. Happy birthday, dear Paul, Kathy, and John. Happy birthday to you and many more. Now, the only one present is John. And John, you know what to do. You know what to do. You just go 1, 2, 3 and blow. Are you ready? Go on, John, go on, shout.
1, 2, 3.
Ha! John, you'll have to blow harder next time. That was rubbish.
No,
Or
the
else,
ridge of high pressure over Eastbourne and that delayed.
now listen, or else I better get a better assistant, shall I? No, a lot of people are asking me about the Philip stories, and I have to say most of the Philip stories are so rude and on PC that they're unrepeatable. But I actually got an email from one of the people saying, you haven't told the story about Philip in Cannes. And there is a famous story about Philip and Dorothy going to the Cannes Film Festival. And for some unknown reason, all the usual suspects in and out of London in show business, in the music industry, they were all there. John Arden, Nat Berlin, Gordon Mills, Colin Berlin, Nat Berlin, Leslie Grade, they were all there. And of course, they were all staying in the posh hotel. Now, Philip had got Lorna, his long-suffering PA, personal assistant, to book the rooms. And of course, it was a competition to see which of them had got the biggest room and the biggest suite. So Philip had made sure he got it. They arrived along, and of course, they're all milling about in the foyer, as you do at that sort of a do. And Philip went up to the counter and said, Solomon, I believe I have a suite. And the guy went, terribly sorry, sir. Is it Philip? You said Philip Solomon? No, we don't seem to have a Solomon here. I'm terribly sorry, sir, but you don't seem to have a booking. So Philip, being Philip, I said, I told Lorna to book this 3 weeks ago. I have it on great authority. My personal assistant has booked this. I said, I'm terribly sorry, sir, but please, and keep your voice down. You're causing a commotion. Would you please step aside, please, while I serve the other people? I'm not stepping aside. So, wow, there's chaos going on, absolute chaos. And he said, right, Dorothy, well, this is where we're staying. And they had big sofas and big seats and everything else. He said, Dorothy, I fancy an afternoon snooze. Take your clothes off. We're going to bed. So the two of them, without a second's hesitation, took all of their clothes off. You can imagine what happened. It hit the front page of the Mirror, the front page of the Express, the front page of every newspaper in Britain. Philip and Dorothy Solomon. And Con and I actually did exactly the same when we went on a cruise, performing on a cruise, and they hadn't got a room for me. And we did exactly the same thing. Only I didn't get any photographs because there was no paparazzi there. Carol, did you ever know anything about Philip Solomon?
Not really, only what I've read and what you've said. No. It's interesting though, I must admit.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, this is a very interesting bit of history, really. Well, this is actually when COVID started, and I told you that I helped Zoom an awful lot to get the methodology of doing live singing right. And I worked it all out for Zoom, and I did this. And I don't know why this only comes in halfway through. It was quite a long song anyway, but this one is Con in full flight singing the wonderful, the marvelous Danny Boy.
So it's one of my favorite songs, Danny
So I
Boy.
think what we'll do, Con, is we'll just cross over now. I'll just undo a nice fade. And here we are, just going in halfway through Con singing Danny Boy.
'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when you come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I well may be, you come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say and always there for me, and I shall hear those soft you tread above me, and oh, my grave will warm and sweeter be, for you will tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. Wow, look at that applause deck. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, shall we give him another round of applause? Con, they're giving you another round of applause. Look at this. Look at this. Well, that was a great performance. That was a great performance. But that was probably should go down in history as the first time ever that a live performance was attempted and done properly, and it worked. So there's something for the records, John Leyland. It really is. The final one, and we're just coming up to 3:30, so my timing has been very good this week. I can't believe it. This was a song which was, I keep going, people will think I'm in love with John Leyland. I'm not. I don't even like you, John Leyland. Of course I do. But John asked me to do this song, and it's an old Hank Williams song from 1926, I believe. And strangely enough, it's one of my favorite songs of all time, sung by Elvis Presley. And if you look it up on YouTube or Google and look at this live performance that he did in the round with some of his friendly musicians. And to me, it's one of the greatest performances of anybody ever in history of show business. But so I was delighted to do this for John and for everybody, and to put my own take on it. My own take on it was to, I don't know, I listened to the Elvis Presley one, and I didn't copy it exactly, but I took a lot of his intonation and everything from it. And here is my version of I Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You.
Can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Today I passed you on the street, and my heart fell at your feet. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. Somebody else stood by your side, and he looked so satisfied. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. The picture from the past came slowly stealing as I brushed your arm, walked so close to you. And suddenly I got that old time feeling. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. If I'm still in love with you. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. It's hard to know another lips would kiss you. Hold you just the way I used to do. Oh, heaven only knows how much miss you. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you. I can't help it if I'm still in love with you.
was lovely. I enjoyed that. I have to do this all for YouTube. There we are. Stop share. Let's see the applause. How much applause do I get? Look at that. Amazing. Oh, brilliant. Thank you. And John, I'd have to say thank you very much for asking me to do that. And everybody, is it just me? Or were the words of that song just lovely? They were so simple and from the heart of Hank Williams that wrote it. Just from the heart, very simple. I love simple lyrics. Tell a story, and that was it. Thank you very much, John. And you give me what's the new one you want me to do? The Acabilk one. Acabilk aria, is it?
Aria is the melody.
Melody, yeah.
But the vocals turn the melody into a song called "Here We Stand."
Here, oh, let me write that down because I don't think you gave me the name. Here we stand. Yeah. And John sent me a link to Roger Whittaker. And I must say, I never say that I don't like people because it's a terrible thing to say. It's an awful thing. I never say it, please. I never say it. But Roger Whittaker is one of those artists that I could never see. I couldn't see his success. And the other one was George Hamilton IV. And the strange thing was, whenever I was in their company, they always gravitated towards me. Honestly, and all the crew, my crew, the TV show was usually a TV show, and all the crew, my crew were there. And I could see them all laughing themselves silly because I always said to me, "Oh, I can't stand that, John. Oh, George Harrison IV. Oh, the way he used to sing country songs in a suit. I couldn't understand that at all." And Roger Whittaker is a bit the same. I saw an album he did of Irish songs, and he's dressed up as an Irishman. But John, I'll try my best to do a good version of that. And the other thing I told John I'm doing is I am going to do a full choral version of Panis Angelicus. And that's going to be a bucket list thing for me because I'll be John is hiding his face. No, but because I'm going to do all the girl voices. I'm going to do all the tenor voices, which Con will do. Then I'm going to do the contralto voices, which is low sopranos. And then I'm going to do the bass voices. And then I'm going to try and picture it in a church. Oh, come on. That's got to be good, isn't it, John? No? I think it'll be fantastic. But I'm going to kill myself singing it, folks.
Challenging.
Challenging is the word. Well, listen, the replay will be there as fast as I can do the edit, the other side of the building in my studio. And I got a little bit of it. All went very well today. Zoom behaved itself. I have to do a little bit of charting up at the start. That's all I have to do. But if you've got any requests, please email me. I know, Lynn, you've got a few in the pipeline as well. Anybody else got any that you want me to do? Just give me a challenge. Give me a challenge. So all the mics will be open in a minute. You can have a good old chat. And the next show will be on June the 2nd. That's in 4 weeks' time. It's a short one this time, 4 weeks. No, sometimes it's 5 weeks. 5 weeks this time. But next time is 4 weeks, so it'll be short. And have a look at the website and subscribe to YouTube. Go on YouTube and subscribe when you do the replay. It makes me feel good when I see all those subscriptions. And here is the end of the show. See you next time. Thank you for making me a happy boy today. Okay? Bye. 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 Bye.
I can't help it if I'm still in love with